What is going on, guys? Tatum Script here, aka Paul, and I'm going to be going over my picks for the playoffs. I'm going to be going as in just the way it is, like the way it looks right now, and I'm going to tell you which team I picked for like the 8 or the 7 seed. So I'll start with the playing games for tonight. First up, we have the Pacers and we have the Hornets. I'm going to take the Hornets in this game for the first game. I think it's going to be a pretty good game. I think the Hornets are going to have a lead for most of this game, and they'll probably end up by 10. And then I think the Pacers will make a little bit of a comeback, but I think the Hornets will hold on. For the second game, us against the Wizards, Celtics-Wizards. This will be a very, very, very good game. And if Tatum has a good game the whole game, we win. If Tatum struggles anytime during this game, I don't think we'll win. Tatum has to drop like 40 in order for us to win this game without Jaylen Brown. And Kemba needs to show up. Fournier needs to show up. Our bench needs to show up. Rob needs to protect the rim like he can. Tristan needs to make those hook shots he can. Marcus needs to not take bad shots for once. And if Marcus Smart doesn't take bad shots, I think we win this game, honestly. For the Wizards side of things, Beal's not healthy right now, but he's still going to give you like 20 points at the least. I think he'll go for 30. Westbrook's on a tear right now. Bertans is an incredible shooter. Hachimura is an up-and-coming young guy who can really, put up buckets. And, their bench isn't great. I like Ish Smith a lot. He always goes off on us, so we'll see what happens. Tomorrow, Lakers and Warriors. That's going to be a really good game. It's probably going to be the best game up until the finals. It's like the most watched game. I'm going to go with the Lakers. Steph is probably going to go like 40, but it's kind of hard to beat LeBron in a one-game situation. Same thing with Steph, but I'm taking LeBron and Anthony Davis and the best defense in the league over just Stephen Curry and Draymond and Wiggins. So, yeah, I'll take the Lakers in that one. And then we have the Grizzlies and the Spurs. I'm going to go with the Grizzlies. The Spurs have some guys that can stop Ja, but I don't think it'll be enough because they have a lot of depth on the Grizzlies. The Spurs do too. And, it's tough betting against Pop in a one-game situation. Neither of these teams will win the next game against the Warriors or the Lakers. I mean, they could beat the Warriors. I doubt it, though. But neither of these teams are beating the Lakers. But, yeah. So let's start in the playoffs. So, right here, the Jazz and that 8 seed would be... Oh, I have to go over the next pick. Sorry. I have to go over the East again with the Hornets versus... I didn't even pick Celtics or Wizards. I'm going to take the Wizards tonight, honestly. I hate to say it, but I think they're going to beat us. And then I'll take us beating the Hornets the second time. Unfortunately, we're going to have to play the Sixers as much as that pisses me off. And then out west, I'm going to take the Lakers over the Warriors, and I'll have the Warriors beating the Grizzlies. So this will be Jazz versus Warriors, and I'm going to take the Jazz in 5 or 6. I'll just go 6. I'm going to go good with Steph Curry here. And I don't know when Mitchell will be back, honestly. I have no idea. Also, I have a cold. Sorry about that. But, for the Clippers and the Mavericks, this is going to be a good series. I think it's going to be closer than last year. Plus, Kristaps is healthy. We all know how the Clippers are in the playoffs. So I'm going to go Clippers in 7. This will be a really good series. I mean, it could go... I think it goes 6 or 7. I think it'll go 7, though. So... Nuggets and Blazers, this is a good series. I think if the Nuggets had Jamal Murray, this would be Nuggets all day. But then again, we all know how Dame is in the playoffs, so I'm going to stick with the Nuggets. And I'm going to go Nuggets in 7 as well. These are going to be really good series. I think it would be 5 or 6 if they had Jamal Murray. Suns, and this will be the Lakers. Suns fans, oh crap, my bad. Sun fans, I'm sorry, but you have to play against the Lakers. And it makes me say Phoenix in 4. Well, that won't be going 4 games. Can I pick the 3? Yeah, there we go. So that's going to be the Lakers as the 7 seed. And I think the Lakers will win the series in not 4, but I would say 6. 6 probably. Lakers in 6 over the Suns. Yeah. So over here, we'll go to the east side of things. The Sixers going up against us. Unfortunately, it hurts me so much, the fucking fact that we're losing to the Sixers. But I'm going to take the Sixers in 5. Hopefully we win the first game of the series just so things look good. Or the first or second game of the series. So, it looks like it'll be a good series, but it just won't end up being. If we win one in Philly, this could go 6, but I don't think we win a single game in Philly. I think it'll go 2-0, then we win 1. And then the Sixers will win the last 2, 1 in Boston, and they'll win all at home. So, Knicks and the Hawks. This is a very anticipated series for me, because neither of these teams are really that good. They are a good regular season team. Both these teams will get swept by the Sixers, in my opinion. And I'm gonna go with the Hawks in 6. The Knicks, Knicks fans can talk whatever the fucking shit they want, but they're not that good. They're really not. Julius Randle is having a Mickey Mouse season. Good for him. He's the first option on a okay team. And Hawks in 6 all day. Trae Young is gonna cook them. I love Derrick Rose. Fuck everybody else on the Knicks. Okay, Bucks and Heat. This is gonna be a good ass series. I'll tell you that right now. Giannis cannot lose this series. If you're Giannis, you cannot lose this series at any costs. If you lose the series, Giannis, that looks so bad. You go and get Drew Holiday. You upgrade your bench with Bobby Portis and all these other guys. Brook Lopez is still there defending the paint. Giannis obviously still there. You still have Chris Middleton. DiVincenzo progressed. You can't lose this game. And from Miami's side of things, you had a tough season like the Celtics with injuries. We're not saying you didn't. The way you bounced back is scary. The Heat are hot right now. They lost to the Bucks. I know they got killed by the Bucks in that one game, but that's one game in a series. Knowing how Jimmy Butler shows up in the playoffs, I don't know. This is very tough, but I'm going to go with the Bucks this year. You better not let me down here, Milwaukee. I'm going to go Bucks in 7. This is going to be a very good series. And then Washington and Brooklyn. Not the Wizards. I really want to see the Wizards and the Sixers and us play the Nets. Just to see Kyrie versus Jason Tatum. And just see Tatum just have to go up against these superstars on the biggest stage. But it'll be a battle of a bunch of superstars. Beal and Westbrook versus Harden, KD, and Kyrie. And I'm going to go Brooklyn in 5. It'll say Brooklyn in 4, but I really think it'll be Brooklyn in 5. Actually, yeah, I'll say Brooklyn in 5. So we'll go back to the West here. So we have 8 seed, which would be... Whoa. Why does it say that? I meant the Jazz. There we go. So, we have Jazz in 6 over the Warriors. And we have Jazz and Clippers. Damn, man. Mitchell will be back for this in time now. But then again, it's like, you got to beat the Clippers. Okay. The Jazz can lose the series, and you can't be that mad because this is going to go 6 or 7. But, man, this is... I'm going to pick the Clippers here. But... you can't be confident because of the way they are in the playoffs. I don't think Kawhi can lose this series. He's got to get to the conference finals at the least. You get through Luka. Now you got to play a Jazz team that has no, top 10 player. Mitchell will be in his prime. He's probably around top 15 right now. But, I don't see a way they beat this team. Rudy Gobert is overrated as fuck. They have nobody to defend Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. They have nobody. Royce O'Neal and Joe Ingles are solid defenders. Don't get me wrong. Joe Ingles is a very underrated player. But it's Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. But then again, you know how they are in the playoffs, so we'll see what happens. I'll still go with the Clippers in 6. And we'll see what happens. Nuggets and Lakers rematch of last year's Western Conference Finals. I'll go Lakers again here. And I'm going to go Lakers in 6. This should have been 6. I don't know why I didn't let me change that. But Lakers in 6 over the Nuggets. They don't have Jamal Murray. I think, honestly, if the Nuggets had Jamal Murray, the way Michael Porter Jr. has progressed, Will Barton is a very underrated player. Nikola Jokic, the way he's been playing all year long, I think I really do think the Nuggets could get to the finals if they had Jamal Murray. It sucks, and they've had other injuries too. I don't know who's out for them right now. But they have a very good bench, too, even though they lost. Oh, and I forgot. They picked up Aaron Gordon. That was a huge pickup for them. Aaron Gordon's been incredible. They have a guy who can defend 3 through 5, small fives. He can defend Anthony Davis and LeBron. He can at least contend them. He's a very good defender, so we'll see what happens. But, if they Jamal Murray, I might honestly pick the Nuggets to go to the finals. But they don't have him. And we all know who Jamal Murray is in the playoffs, so... I'm going to be taking the Lakers, and we'll finally have an LA Western Conference Finals. Back over to the East, we have I don't know why I made us pick us, but we have the Sixers and the Hawks. Sixers and I'll go Sixers and 5. We'll give the Hawks a game. They'll probably win one in Atlanta. Trae Young will probably have a really good game, and that'll be it. But yeah, nothing else to say. Sixers have a free pass to the conference finals. If the Sixers don't get to the conference finals, there is literally no excuse anymore. That is fucking embarrassing. You literally have 3 teams, Celtics, who have fucked up all year. If they were fully healthy from the beginning and had no problems, they'd probably be equal with Milwaukee. But yeah, they've had health problems all year. You get that matchup without Celtics, without Jaylen Brown, and then you get the Knicks and the Hawks, 2 teams with like 0 playoff experience outside of the veterans. So, like, yeah, there's just both teams, two superstars, Julius Randle and Trae Young, have 0 playoff experience. So, yeah, Sixers, Hawks. I'm gonna go Sixers in 5. Back down here, this is gonna be a good series. Nets all day still. I'll go Brooklyn in 7. Actually, I'm gonna go Brooklyn in 6 because, man, it's gonna be a 6 or 7 game because it's just 2 good teams, 2 powerhouses, and nobody can really defend Giannis. And then again, nobody can defend. I mean, Jrue Holiday can defend Kyrie and James Harden, but it's kind of hard to defend both of them. So they don't have anybody to defend one or the other. So it's gonna be one on the other each time. And then who's gonna defend Kevin Durant other than Giannis? So yeah. That'll be a good series nonetheless, but it's the Nets. They have too much firepower. Go back over to the West. Clippers and Lakers. This is going to be good. This is a toss-up in my opinion. This is going to be going 7 games if this is what it is. It could not be, like I said once again, I don't know what the Lakers will do. They've been better as of recent, and we all know how LeBron is in the playoffs, but they haven't had a lot of playing time together, and AD is having health problems. LeBron, we don't know how he'll be like through a whole entire playoff again. So we'll see what happens. I'm not counting out LeBron James, the second greatest player of all time. If he wins the championship this year, he's the greatest of all time, in my opinion. 5 rings, 11 championship appearances, and he's going to have to beat the Nets, in my opinion, or the Sixers, who are stacked right now. But I'm going to go. This is tough. This is very tough, and I think because there's more Lakers fans and Clippers fans, and the attendance will probably be up. And I know it's California and how like they are strict with COVID and stuff, but I think it will at least be up to like 70% capacity in the stadium. And Lakers fans will pour in to Staples Center for every single game, even when it's technically the Clippers' home game. I'm gonna go Lakers in 7. This better go 7 games, and I want all the hype for this series because we didn't get it last year. Then again, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal because there was no fans anyways, and that would just make it perfect. So maybe we had to wait for this year with the fans. And now we have the Nets and the Sixers. The only reason why I give the Sixers a chance in this series is because I know how Wells Fargo Center is in full capacity, and it will be full capacity in June. It will be full capacity, and this stadium is going to be rocking. So that's why I give the Sixers a chance. I'm going to go Brooklyn in 7. I think they're going to come into Philly in Game 7. I think it's going to be home team every game wins, and I think Brooklyn is going to come in and win Game 7. And now we have the Lakers and the Nets in the playoffs, and I am going to go with the Nets in 6. I'm going to go Nets in 6. Man, this is going to be tough. If it goes, I know how LeBron is in elimination games, so it's like, if Brooklyn has to win the first 2 games of the series, like they have to get ahead of LeBron if they want to win this series, and I think they will. I think that it's going to go 2-2 and then 2 Brooklyn, and then Lakers will tie in LA, and then the Nets will win the next 2. So yeah, that is my playoff predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I have a cold. I'm not really good at this stuff, but yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see what happens. Thank you.